Hello YouTube, another diecast opinion coming at you. This is Jamie McMurray's 2010 Daytona 500 race win diecast. This was, I got this car back in 2010. I remember it, the car just came out. It was the August Michigan race, the car just came out. And McMurray was doing an autograph session. I believe it was at like maybe it was a Bass Pro tent at the Michigan race. It was either probably Bass Pro or McDonald's. And he was doing an autograph session. And I remember my dad was just like, here, let's get this diecast for you. I know how much a McMurray fan you are. Because he would never buy me 124s. Because, I mean, shoot, they're like $60 right off the bat, coming out the gates. And yeah, he bought me this car, and I remember I was decked out in McMurray gear because I was so like pumped that he won the 500, then he won the Brickyard 400, and like a couple weeks later I'm here again at the Michigan race, and I'm just so excited to come and see McMurray. And then we were getting in line, and I was like just about to be inside the tent, and the guy cut off the line because McMurray had to go. And I was like so devastated. You can't do that to like a 14-year-old or however old I was. I just remember how devastated, how disappointed I was. I was mad at the worker. And then the people in line started kind of like protesting, saying like, oh, this kid, he's ducked out in McMurray gear. He's got a McMurray diecast. He wants to get signed. Can't you just let him in? And they basically like kind of campaigned for me to get my diecast signed. And yep, I was the last one. They let me in. They caved, and I got to be able to get my diecast signed. I was very happy with that. I'm thankful for. You can't always put your faith in humanity, but sometimes with the little things, they can come through in many ways. And I'm so thankful for all those people. And then they talked to me throughout the whole line as well. Asked me about why I'm a McMurray fan, and I got to share that. So, and then anyways, I remember this race very well, the Daytona 500 victory. So I think I shared this with you, but those of you who don't know, my dad is a huge Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan. McMurray took the lead, I believe, from Biffle as they crossed the white flag. Biffle came so close to winning the race, and then McMurray took the lead. And then out of nowhere, McMurray pulled this move this year at Talladega, actually. But Dale Jr. split. I think Boyer and Biffle came right at the middle, and I just remember my gut like just dropping. I just wanted to like puke. I'm like, oh Lord, here comes Dale Jr. He's like, what? At that time, he's like a 5-time Talladega winner. He's won the 500. He's won the the Pepsi 400, the Coke Zero 400. I was just like, oh my gosh, we're done. McMurray's done. Junior's gonna win it. And all of a sudden, Junior's momentum just kind of stalled out. I think he probably could have gone to the outside of McMurray, kept going, but he just kind of fell in line with Jamie and ended up following Jamie to the line, and McMurray won the Daytona 500. And I just remember dropping to the ground and like crying tears of happiness of how happy I was for McMurray to win. And little did I know, I think I've said this in one of the last videos I just did, but just what a year for McMurray. 3 wins, Daytona, Indy, Charlotte, all great racetracks to win at, and McMurray did it. It was amazing, and yeah. So this was my first major 124. I've had a couple 124s before this, but I think they were all McMurray diecast, to be honest. Just a bunch of 26 cars. They're actually over there on the shelf. You've got to see them. Yeah. Trust me, I'll get to some of those later. But then this was like my first major one. The one that I kind of... This is still one of my holy grails. Definitely in my top 5 favorites that I own. And it's a 2010 Daytona 500 race win. And just show it off just a little bit. Got some confetti on the front. Bass Pro Shops logo, covered, and tire buildup. You kind of see it. Just the way this lighting is. Maybe I'll turn off my flashlight. You can see a little better. Yeah, okay. There's the fluorescent orange, just a little bit better. Very nice diecast. I remember how excited I was for this car to come out in 164. It seemed like it took forever. I think this car came out late July. And man, it was good to have. Yep, and then just a little tire mark there on the side. Go around the back here. This is back when they had the Carve Tomorrow look to it. You got the wing. This was the last year. I think they did it for 5 races, and then they switched over to a different spoiler in 2010. But they still had this cheesy little bracket brace thing. They fixed that in 2011. But yeah, I just remember how excited I was for McMurray to win this race and how big it was to his career. I mean, he was kind of going down the drain. Roush released him despite him winning a race. He won the 2009 Talladega Fall race. And then he comes to Ganassi and wins in his first try there. And he's only got, what, 3 wins since and an All-Star win. But he's doing much better. I'm glad of McMurray. I'm proud of him. And yeah, this is definitely just one of my favorite Jamie McMurray diecasts I own. It was... what a magical ride. And as I was saying, this is one of my first ones, and this is like the one that started the collection. It started my fire to collect diecast 124 scaled, and it's not as big as it could be, but it's growing. Definitely growing. So, hope everybody enjoyed this opinion / mini review. This is JT24, James26, signing out.